I was diagnosed in November 2008 with a 11.5 centimetre tumour between my spine, kidney and urethra. 11.5 centimetres is kind of the size of a big grapefruit, and it hurt. It was quite a painful time. I needed to undergo chemo. I also, unfortunately, due to the chemo working as well as it did, had septicemia, peritonitis. I had part of my bowel brought out onto the surface. Underwent 9 operations, lost 7.5 stone, went down to believed just over 6 stone at my lightest point, spent 2 weeks in a coma, plus other time in intensive care, and had to learn how to walk again. I got a fantastic amount of support really from Macmillan. They were there from the day of being diagnosed. When I was officially diagnosed, it was a case of an abnormal mass. We didn't know exactly what it was, but it was believed to be cancer. Macmillan were there from that point, and they're still there now. We're nearly sort of 16 months, and they're still there now. I still speak to them on a regular basis, still see them, and the support was fantastic. Not only were they there as somebody for me to talk to, and to arrange nurses to look after me, but it was also from my family's point of view. From my mother's point of view, I think, to be honest with you, there was probably more contact with my mother than what there was with me, but that was mainly because of the medical situation that I was in. And when it came to claiming benefits and what I was entitled to, my mum was always told nothing, but Macmillan informed her of different, and they were there to help if ever she needed it, or if she ever needed somebody to talk to, they were there for her. Which I don't think I'd have been able to. She wouldn't have coped, and I don't think I could have coped without my mum. A lot of the support that I get from Macmillan is more on a mental side of things now. Certainly now it is. I look at them as being an infrastructure which is there for me. Although I don't read as much of the information as I could do, I know that there's always somebody in the background for me if I need them, even after I've come out of this. And if I needed something, they're never far away. They're either at the end of the phone or they're on the computer. Any information that I need, any assistance that I need, and they're there for other people in the same way. It's not just a special treatment that I've had. When I first came out of hospital and came through the whole cancer thing, there was a big focus on the fact that I was better, I was back to normal, and I was all right now. But I kind of looked at things with a couple of friends, and we thought there was something that we could perhaps make of this. You know, there's a lot of people which go through cancer and they beat it. Perhaps my circumstances were a little bit unusual because they were slightly worse than some cases. And we wanted to try and make as big a point of that as we could. And it started where we were going to do a small ride across the Rocky Mountains, and then all of a sudden we started focusing on slightly bigger things. I mean, I think my focus has changed a lot. Since originally it was being able to walk up the stairs, it was being able to walk down the hallway, it was being able to run up the stairs or walk into town. And then somebody mentioned doing a really big bike ride, which was across America. And all of a sudden the training started off at 2 laps of our local reservoir, which is 10 miles. And then it ended up being 40 miles, and then 50, and then 60. And it basically came back to the point of always trying to set a slightly bigger goal for the next week, or set a goal, achieve it, or let's up it a little bit, even if it was only a little bit at a time. And that was supported by Macmillan and the things that were going on around me and the help that they were giving me at the same time. There's going to be a number of challenges this year, but the pinnacle of it is LA to Miami, 3,500 miles on a push bike in 30 days, so 120 miles a day, and the idea of finishing it on the 23rd of July in Miami, which is actually a year to the day that I was given the all clear by my consultant. So that's the big challenge for the year, but there's lots of other things going on around that. We've got the Caledonia Tap, the Dragon Ride. We're doing a John O'Groats to Land's End in June as a warm-up, and to try and to push things out as much as we can to actually promote the fact of what Macmillan did and the help and support that they gave me, and to also try and put a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for many people. I believe that every tunnel's got a light at the end of it, just some tunnels are longer than the others. But with the right support, attitude, and ambition, we can help people reach that light, and that's what I want to try and do really.